You.
Hello! I'm back for another video. Today I'm going to talk about fashion tips for backpacking. Last year I went to Europe with my best friend James and it was a disaster. I got anxiety, which I suffer from, very badly, and I had panic attacks round the clock. I don't want to get into it. I'll post a link to the article I've done it below. Being the stubborn person I am, I decided to go again, and this time we're going to go to Italy and I'm going to make it work. So, in case you're going backpacking and want to still look pretty neat, then listen to what I have to say, because I made some big mistakes last year. My rule number one is take dresses, but do not wear them on travel days. I will tell you why. In Paris, on the metro, I wore a mini dress with my backpack, and it transpired that I had had my ass on show for about half an hour. So don't wear your backpack with a mini dress, because it is going to hitch up that dress at the back and nobody wants that. Well, maybe some freaky French guys do, but my next one is shoes. I was very stupid and I took a pair of my favourite shoes, which were very heavy All Saints boots. They are a wooden block sole and they have real metal studs all the way around. God only knows why I decided to take those, but I did, and it is not a good idea. What I did also go with is a pair of trainers that I've had forever and ever and ever, and they are not cool, but let me tell you, they were comfortable. This is them. They have been around Europe and, well, it's not really fashion, is it? I was in Austria and this girl went past and she was wearing New Balance sneakers, and last summer they were just coming into fashion. People were starting to wear them as like street style, and I was like, oh, why didn't I have these? This year I have a pair of my own New Balance sneakers and I'm going to be wearing those. I would also recommend getting a pair of Nike trainers. I recommend kimonos because they're beautiful, they're cool, which you need in Rome when it is 30 degrees at 3 AM in the morning. Trust me. You also need the kimono if you're going in the Vatican City. You have to cover up your shoulders. I'll definitely be taking one this year. I also recommend little play suits. You know, they roll up so small, you could take a couple, you could put the kimono over that, that'd look amazing. And then if you just took a little like statement necklace, I hate that word but let's call it that, and you're just set for like a few weeks, you know. I would recommend taking a pair of jeans, because although this depends on where you are going, for example Belgium was cold even in July. If like me you're just going to Italy, I would still recommend taking jeans even though it is so hot, and that is because the aeroplane. Itchiest thing ever if you've got bare legs and that's just not what you want. Another tip I have is that I wore shorts that were just uncomfortable. They're too short and they were quite stiff. This year I'm definitely going to buy some little canvasy loose ones. There's a pair in Zara that I'm going to get, I think. They're cream and they have red embroidered on them. I'll link that below as well. And I'll do a blog post as well on the tips that I think of. Let me have a think. What else is there? Do take a small sweater because, again, the plane for some reason is absolutely freezing. If you don't want a sweater, which I personally don't, I would recommend getting a plaid shirt, like the one behind me, from a vintage shop, because you can get them for about £10, and they look amazing over everything. Like, again, with the white little play suits, plain play suits, they'll look great over those, you know, over a little white dress like this. If you have it, the other good thing about a plaid shirt is if you have it on you and you are too hot, you can tie it around your waist, and that is really cool at the moment, like it was in the 90s. So that is pretty versatile. In terms of jewellery, go to Primark and get what you want for that, because there is no easy way of storing your jewellery in these bags. They are going to be put in the side pockets, they're going to be tangled. You're not going to want to ruin your favourite jewellery, and there's a lot of friction, especially in the hold in the plane. They'll be like, you know how they are, they'll just throw them. You need cheap jewellery, and that also goes the same for makeup that might smash. For instance, I repurchased NARS Laguna Bronzer, and it is notorious for smashing very easily. I got one from Rimmel, just, you know, cheap makeup to replace my expensive ones, and I left the rest at home. Grooming is important, always with fashion. If you don't look groomed enough, your outfit's going to look weird. You need some things that will get you through roughing it around Europe. I swear by, as everybody else does, Batiste. This one is XXL volume. If you don't have time at the hostel to wash your hair, then, you know, second day hair is fine, you just put this in it. It's a pretty cliche suggestion, but it's worth the extra space that this will need to fit in there. Make sure that your foundation or BB cream has SPF in it. You just don't want to look like an old person by the time you're 30. My last advice is basically loads and loads of t-shirts, because they roll up so small, they are fantastic. Again, with the kimono, those embroidered shorts, the necklace, you're gonna look like you have a lot of clothes with you when you don't. Grey t-shirts, white t-shirts, slogan ones too. You need flip-flops. You need flip-flops. I'm really interested to know if anybody is actually going interrailing this year, or indeed if they're going, you know, America, Southeast Asia. I want to hear about where you're going to go to, and if you're going to pack anything that I've suggested. I did go last year for 5 weeks around Europe, and they are some of the things that I would definitely recommend when you go on your little trip. Backpacking is not the most fashion-friendly thing in the world, it has to be said. I'm going to try my best this year because I am a fashion blogger now, so I'm going to have to take a big bag and do my best. But if you're just going for fun, I really just think that you should buy a couple of things that look really good but aren't too heavy, or, you know, they're really versatile. So yeah, just give this a thumbs up if you thought it was useful and different actually, and give me a subscribe because I fucking love doing this. So thank you, bye!